Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be playing a tank that I haven't actually played for quite a while, but playing it is still the same old tank. And to be fair, if it wasn't as expensive as it is or was, it's a must-have tank. It really is a must-have tank. And of course, we are talking about the Dracula. Now, the Dracula, when this tank was first released, it was one of the most OP tanks we've ever seen in Blitz. It was crazy. It was really, really fun. And, you know, it still is fun to this day, like really fun to this day. And I love it. You know, it's not a tank that I play often now, but it is a tank that I still absolutely love. So we're going to look at the stats of the tank, and then we're going to get into the game and just talk about why I love this tank so much. So obviously the stats are not the best stats in the world. That, like, you can't look at the tank, look at the stats and think, okay, you know what, the tank's not good. Looking at the stats, the tank's really not like that good. But it's really not about the stats. It's not about the stats at all. Of course, it has no armor whatsoever, so you will be HE'd if you give the enemy the chance. Now, where are we? The DPM, again, the DPM is not that great. It's okay. It's not fantastic. It's almost 2,000, just less than 2,000, 1,988. Now, that is a 6.79 second reload. You've got your penetration 167 on your AP. So again, when you're up against tier 8s, especially heavies, you will struggle to penetrate them. With your AP, you probably won't be able to penetrate most of them. With your APCR 249, it's a little bit better. But again, there are still going to be some tanks you will struggle to penetrate. You've got a 49 on your HE. You've got a 225 alpha gun, 190 on your APCR and 270 on your HE. Your aim time is 3.3, so nothing too bad, nothing too special. The same as your gun dispersion, really, at 0.359. Nothing too fancy there, really. 65 kilometers an hour going forward, 20 in reverse, and your gun depression, you have 10 degrees of gun depression, which is, you know, 10 degrees of gun depression is not too bad at all. So stat-wise, there's nothing fancy about the tank apart from the speed. Now, what is really, really good about the tank, which kind of gets missed when people talk about the tank, is the track regenerator. Now, basically what this is you can get tracked and it restores your tracks twice as fast. So basically it's about, I think it's 1 second. So if someone destroys your track within 1 second, it's automatically fixed. Now, a lot of people, even including myself, kind of forget about this. So when you do get tracked, you kind of use the repair kit, forgetting that in 1 second your tracks are going to be restored anyway. So try not use a repair kit if you do get tracked. So let's just get into a game. I've got a couple of games. We're probably only going to show one of them and talk about why I just love this tank and why it is a fun tank to play. So when you are top tier, of course, it is like mega fun. It really is. And the aim of the tank really is to never stop moving. Like, you never ever stop moving. It's one of the quickest tanks in the game. Of course, it's not an RU251, but the acceleration of the tank is really quick. Now, what I also love about the tank is Wargaming, when they first released the tank, for many years you couldn't put a camouflage on it. Then they got this camouflage that you're seeing now, and I think it suits the tank. So you can either have sort of the black camouflage, or you can have the white camouflage. Now, back in the day, the black camouflage, of course, did look really good, but then it just got boring. It got boring, you know, and then they released this one. And when they first released this one, I didn't really like it, to be fair. I thought it was different. It didn't really suit the tank. But the more I look at it, the more I play it, you know what, I think it actually is a pretty nice camouflage. And of course, you have to run the the bats on top. It is a Halloween tank after all. So yeah, the aim of the game is to not show yourself, especially like we have just done there, where we have just got ripped apart, and just keep moving. Just keep moving as much as you can. Like, run around the map. Now, me and my mates back in the day, we used to do challenges with this tank, because the days where before we even cared about stats, where we would do a challenge. So double Draculas, one goes left, one goes right, and we have to meet up back at the spawn. You can shoot, but you can't stop, and you literally have to go right round the edge, right round the red line, and try to make it back alive. Now, looking back, yeah, it probably wasn't the best thing to do. We probably lost a few games because of it, but you know what? It was fun. It really was fun to play. And of course, lower tier tanks, if you can, go for the little ram. You know, I know you're not going to do too much damage, but go for the ram. You're going to do a little bit of damage, and then just get out of there. You just get out of there. Use your speed to get out of there. There's not going to be many tanks, unless you do come up against an RU-251. There's not going to be many tanks out there that is going to catch you up. And again, it's all to do not just with the top speed, but the acceleration. The acceleration is one of the quickest in the game, and so you can get up to speed very, very quickly. Now, again, you're not going to bounce anything, so you have to bear that in mind. Especially, you need to try and save your hit points, because you're not going to bounce unless you are lucky. Like, you don't ever rely on your armor to bounce anything. So if you're a one shot, just be very careful, because you will be torn apart, just like we've done there with that Nomad there. So we're now on 23 HP. It is a 5 versus 4, so at this point I do need to be very, very careful, because this could be the difference. Me dying right now could be the difference between winning and losing this game. So now I have to play it a little bit more careful. The KV dude does come in, the Tiger's there, and now it is just a 5 versus 3. So I can get behind this SU-100Y. I know the other tanks have now gone missing, so I can sort of focus on this guy and get rid of him ASAP. So, and that is now gone. What a name, a Dildonator. What a name that would. Dildonator. So now it's a 4 versus 2, the VK, the Nomad, and again, I'm waiting for my guys to come forward here, because, you know, I'm a one shot, and again, even if I die now, I think we still got the game. But I want to do more damage. You know, it's all about damage with me, and if I could do more damage, I want to do more damage. So 2,600 damage, again, nothing too special. It's not one of those tanks where you're going to do 4k damage every game. Once in every, like a blue moon, yes, you may be able to do 4k, but you know, it's more of a sort of between 2 and 3k. Some games you may have 3k, some games, again, if you do really well, you could have 4k, but you're probably looking at around 2.5k on the average battle, to be fair. But the reason why I've loved this tank is, again, it is the fun factor of the tank. It's not a fantastic tank according to stats, but it is all about fun, and you can have fun as long as you play it right, and you can have fun in this tank. Like I said, it's all about the speed, it's all about the mobility. Don't stop moving. Don't stop moving, especially if you can play this as part of a platoon, then you will have double the fun in the Dracula. Like I said, it's not the best according to stats, but still one of the most fun tanks in the game to play. So let me know if you've got the Dracula. It doesn't come often, to be fair. It's not a tank that does come around often. You can get it normally at Christmas time. You can get it, of course, Halloween time. Other than that, it only comes for sale. It never really comes for sale as part of a bundle. Normally it's either crates or sort of a draw maybe. So it's one of those tanks that doesn't come around too often. But if you do have the opportunity to get the Dracula, I would say get the Dracula. Let me know if you've got the Dracula and if you still play it. It's been around for a while now, and I know there's a lot of people that probably don't play the tank anymore. But let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.